Good morning, students. Today we'll learn complex sentence. Okay, I have already taught you what is simple sentence, and today's topic is complex sentence. Before joining sentences into complex sentence, students, you should remember or you should remind. Okay, you should remember that the conjunctions like although, okay, if, as, while, since, before, these conjunctions you must remember. These conjunctions are called subordinate conjunctions. Okay, these conjunctions are used to join the complex sentences. We have already learned that complex sentence consists of one main clause and another is subordinate clause. Subordinate clause. Okay, main clause is also known as principal clause, and subordinate clause is also known as independent clause. Sorry, this is independent clause, this is dependent clause. Okay, so before joining the sentences into complex sentence, you should know what is main clause and what is subordinate clause. I'm giving one example by using the conjunction although. Although it was raining, we went to play rugby. Okay, although it was raining, we went to play rugby. You know, rugby is one kind of sports, it's an outdoor sports. Although it was raining, we went to play rugby. Here the conjunction, subordinate conjunction although, is used to make a subordinate clause, and this is subordinate clause or dependent clause. Although it was raining, we went to play rugby. Here this clause is main clause or principal clause or independent clause. Okay, main or principal or independent. Okay, independent clause. Why this is called main clause or principal or independent? Because we can write this sentence alone. We went to play rugby. We went to play rugby, and this sentence gives a complete thought. But this one gives an incomplete thought. Okay, so here we have learned one thing. Okay, another thing we learned, that is complex sentence. In complex sentence, an incomplete thought is added to a complete thought. Okay, we went to play outside. This is called main clause or principal clause or independent clause because this clause gives us a complete thought. While although it was raining, this clause is called subordinate clause or dependent clause because this gives us an incomplete thought, and this sentence depends on the main clause. this clause depends on the main clause. That's why although it was raining is called subordinate clause or dependent clause. Okay, so this sentence is called complex sentence. Why? Because this sentence consists of one main clause and one subordinate clause. Subordinate clause can be one or more than one, but main clause should be one in complex sentence. Okay, more one example I should give so that I will be able to clarify your confusion about complex sentence. Okay, since it was grandma's birthday, since it was grandma's birthday, we made a special cake for her. Since it was grandma's birthday, we made a special cake for her. Here, the dependent or the subordinate clause is since it was grandma's birthday, and the main clause is we made a special cake for her. Okay, we made a special cake for her. We can write this alone, but it means this clause does not depend on that clause, but this clause fully dependent on this clause. Okay, this clause fully dependent on that clause. That's why this is independent, this is dependent or subordinate clause, and this is independent clause. Okay, so here we join these two sentences with the, by using since, and here by using although. Here also we get one principal clause and one subordinate clause, and same in this case also. Here we get one subordinate clause and one principal clause. Okay, students, so the main thing or the main subject is that complex sentences consists of one main clause and one or more than one subordinate clauses. Okay, and these subordinate clauses precedes this conjunctions, subordinate conjunctions. Okay, thank you students, bye bye.